the cold chain capabilities?
I think I'm not very good across Europe. I'm good in the Nordics.
Okay.
No
Let's then speak Nordics.
Yeah. Cold chain is very much dominated by one large player in the Nordics, which is now owned by the Norwegian Post or Bring, and it's a company historically called Frigoscandia. And they do a lot of the cold chain in the Nordics. There are a few exceptions where smaller, more local or national carriers have provided cold chain trucking. And then warehousing-wise, the only one that's integrated with trucks and warehousing, to my knowledge, is Frigoscandia. And then you have a few other ones that have warehouses and a few other ones that have trucking. So it's not as it's probably as competitive, but it's much more dominated because the investments are so much higher. So.
What was the name of that player that you named?
Frigoscandia. They were acquired by the Norwegian Post Bring some years ago. I don't remember when.
Yeah.
So they do a lot of the cold chain, both warehousing and distribution. And then of course you have trucking wise, you have temperature control trucks and so on. That depends on local.
Okay. Players. And is the DHL, Kuhne, and DB Schenker any good at it? Do they do any of this?
I think it's from country to country. Some countries have seen an opportunity and then they do it, and I think they're good at it. And they subcontract transportation and they do their own warehouse. So I know all those companies run some ice cream operations, for example. So they're good at it. It's not different. The question is, can you get long enough contracts to invest?
Yeah.
And then you have a cold chain when you look at pharma, which is temperature controlled facilities and then very controlled transport and different measuring, and that's the DHL and Schenker can do the transport side of things. So, absolutely, which is not frozen. That's more temperature controlled. Yeah,
but also Kuhne can do that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's just a question of getting the right subcontractors and managing them. And they have it on their seat rate as well. Okay.
And from what I've heard is that cold chain in food is quite fragmented typically. And it's not, as you were saying, it's a high risk business. But it's also, and the margins are not that great. So because of retailers.
Exactly. And also since it's fragmented in the execution, but the customer ownership in the Nordics, at least, a lot of the having the big account this company Frigoscandia has. So you execute it by subcontracting to a certain extent, but then of course somebody else is sitting on the investments then. So.
Yeah, can I ask you how big are the margins in the cold chain?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, but I would guess it's no different than regular, gross, depending on how you account it. On gross profit, probably 10 to 15%.
Yeah.
I don't think it's much different. But the risk is long-term investments, and don't know if you get the long-term contract.
Yeah. And can you speak to which of the industries or verticals are more profitable than the others?
What do you mean then?
I mean, like serving automotive versus technology.
Okay. Yeah, good question. For the time being, I'll take it from a Nordic perspective initially. And I think that's probably true. Life science, energy, and engineering and manufacturing, from a third party or contract logistics point of view, are more lucrative for the time being.
Yeah.
Because the competition is lower. Fast moving consumer goods, retail, e-commerce, lower margin. Automotive, if you do it right, you can get good margins, but it's risky with the liabilities and so on. So you can get pretty good margins if you manage it properly. And then you have then you have